All right, we are back in full effect in the Detroit is Different podcast studios, and I'm here with somebody that is known when it comes to bringing people together. Shed, how you feeling, my brother?
Yeah, well, that's what they've been waiting on. Critical, ain't no time left on the clock. When it's your time, give them something to watch. I picked out the locks till I buy up the block, and I know I'm a gift, but I think out the box and they want me to stop. But why would I stop? I am unstoppable. Hold up, why would I stop? Why would I stop? Chill. I don't jump, I dive in it. Hold up. This the reason I'm alive.
What's up? My name's Shad Amin. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. My childhood growing up in the D was like, many other people in the inner city, mostly black environment of, you go to school, you walk to and from school with your group, and, you try not to get chased by stray dogs or deal with, the people out there slanging in the streets, what have you like that, and just get home safe. But my environment was where I grew up with both my parents, and their whole focus on, my development was for me to go to school without any option other than to go to college so that I could be able to do things differently than what they had to do growing up. So it was all about, getting prepared for next levels of being self-sufficient. And I went to school, graduated from high school, which, for some people it's a huge accomplishment. Just kind of like, all right, now what's next? And I went to college, Michigan State University. So I'm a Spartan student. So that's pretty much the nut and what I did and how I came up, as far as growing up in the city. The values that were shaped in me were that, this is a crazy world that we live in. A lot of people make excuses for what they have, what happened to them, what they do, what they don't do. But the truth of the matter is that you have a lot of influence on a lot of the story you're creating for yourself. And my parents taught me or instilled in me that hard work was important, having a goal in life is important, objective, meeting those objectives, and being able to start things that you finish. It's real important to form within yourself an identity of who you want to be, what you want to be, or how you want people to see you, and to be able to live that every day. So my parents were really strict. There were things that I couldn't do that bothered me when I was youth. I couldn't understand why I couldn't go hang out with so and so, why I wasn't allowed to do certain things that other people were able to do. But when you're a kid, you're not supposed to understand. Really, people who live longer and got experience to understand, they're the ones who have that, knowledge. You live life, and hindsight is 20/20. You don't have to, guess and check at everything you do in life. You can always lean back to people who know better and just trust that they have your best intentions for you. So I was fortunate enough to at least have a good start and have a base of people that cared enough about me and saw a vision that I could do more, be more, and accomplish more in life.
I'm joined by Benny the Butcher.
This is D from the Projects.
Rick G.
Dr. Kelly Lucci.
Hey, what's up, Mr. D. Wilson?
It's Michelle Visa.
Anthony Star Muhammad.
TJ Iceberg.
This is how I came up.
This is how I came up.
And this is how I came up.
How you doing? My name is Sam Hill, host of How I Came Up. Do you have a success story that you would like to share with the world? If so, please go to ScoldMoveTV.com and submit that story. And just maybe we'll allow you to share that story with the rest of the world.
It's entrepreneurship, because that's the gateway of how I met you and connected with you. Did you have that in your family? Did you see that growing up?
No, not really. I mean, to be real with you, man, if you live in the D, you gotta do something and do something and do something. You gotta always have an angle. You gotta have a hustle.
You know, I mentioned as my childhood growing up, it was a huge focus on becoming successful. You know, doing something. You know, starting your life and having a strong base. So at university, Michigan State University, where I went to school, and I wanted to study engineering. I wanted to be an engineer. I grew up with like real good mind for mathematics, science. Those are like strong suits. So I'm able to analyze really well. And so I did engineering, graduated, got my degree, and I immediately got employment as an engineer. And so that's really what my focus was to get a solid base, be able to have a relatively good paying occupation that I could, you know, really start my life. And I did those things. Now, working, having, you know, a 9 to 5, being an engineer was cool, but I had a lot of free time. You know what I'm saying? Go to work, get out of work, and then you got a whole lot of other time outside. And for me, the first things I wanted to do as I was working is I wanted to get into some things that are more grown up, we call it. And craze in Detroit, as it still is now, is everybody's into real estate. Everyone's into developing, flipping, as we call it, flipping properties, renting, things like that. So I got into real estate. I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, pledged undergrad at Michigan State. And we formed a group of people who we became a resource for each other, help everyone develop into the business. Because the thought process was, you can get yourself to a point where you can own 10 properties. Basically, you're a millionaire, rich. So we went down that road and got real heavy into real estate. And those are some of the things that I focused on. And everything was great. You know, I'm working on 4 properties, 5 properties, 6 properties, 7 properties. Everything's looking real good. It's trending. I'm about to be rich, thinking about going good. And then all of a sudden, boom, you get hit with the recession. You know, this is like around 2008, 2009, when things went south really, really quick. And it caused people to have to make shifts. The buzzword now is pivot, but we had to do some pivot. And I pivoted out of real estate. I went to grad school, got my MBA from University of Detroit. And so here I am, you know, education, properties, and recession in the world is just making things just go down. So terrible time. But what it wasn't terrible time was social activity. As a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, we were going through some struggles at the time, and which our chapter stayed suspended for most of my college career. So we weren't allowed to do a lot of community service activities, work of that sort. But what we were allowed was know how to throw a good party.
Up in the place, you know, we out at the Toast here at Grand City Grill. What's today, like November 22nd?
November 22nd, the day before Thanksgiving.
That's right.
We kicking it real
we
big.
Toasting it up. We ain't toasted yet, but give us about an hour.
So what I started doing with one of my frat brothers, we created a company called SinglesDetroit.net. And the premise behind what we were going to do was that we were going to be like a speed dating company where we were going to organize a lot of speed dating activities, functions to bring people together so that they can meet somebody and live happily ever after, the end, whatever. And so we did it, and it was good. Like our first event, we were like, let's do this party. We're gonna do it at this real nice restaurant, and the restaurant agreed to it. They were like, how many people are you guys gonna have? We're like, we probably have like 100 people. You know, it was our first event. And so as 300 people came to the event, and they were like, oh, it was only gonna be 100 people. Like, well, you know, we put some wanted to, be safe with the number we were promised. No, it was a bang. The only problem is it's real hard to facilitate speed dating activity with that many people. So we did a series of other ones, some locations, metropolitan Detroit. It was big, and people actually participated. People actually gravitated to it because it was something different. And that's my transition into straight up art. So my boy Ellis Hayes II, Detroit socialite, radio station. First party was an event called Entourage Experience. It's once again something different, something unique people have heard of before. And the whole thought process of it was, why come to a party by yourself or just with one of your friends? Why not bring the entire crew? And we did a party. The whole premise was you and your entire entourage get into the party, one prize. And people came to RSVP. They brought huge groups of people. That's the start of the party. So once you do one big party, then your name circulates out there to the city. So this isn't like just within a group of people. This is the entire city. Detroit is as major of a city as anywhere in the country. So from an entire city standpoint, people start knowing who I was. They start knowing my name, start saying, hey, that's going to be a shared event.
It's time to get it in for the MLK Ski Weekend. We driving up to Boyne Mountain Ski Resort, to northern Michigan.
I think we had a great time.
MLK Black Ski Weekend.
So my events that I've graduated into, doing large-scale events, doing large-scale parties, big activities in the city of Detroit, and moving into things like MLK Ski Weekend.
I am Shed Amin with MLK Ski Weekend, our 24th anniversary event. We're up at Blue Mountain Ski Resort in Canada. We got over 3,000 people from all over the world. You can name any.
You can't do that just with a few people. You definitely can't do it just having a bunch of friends. You have to have people trust. People have to hear from other people about you. So it's not even about you anymore, it's about your brand. Most people want the narrative to be about themselves, but it has to be about the brand. And my brand's MLK Ski Weekend. You don't know anything about who is orchestrating it, where they're from. None of that's really relevant. All you know is that you've heard of MLK Ski Weekend and you've heard good things about it. And you've heard that, it's a good production and you'll have a good time. And that's what we do. We give people what they can't get on their own. And we bring the formula of people together. So MLK Ski Weekend is going to have a lot of upwardly mobile individuals from everywhere in the United States, Canada, other parts of the world. It's going to have a lot of sexy ladies. It's going to have fellas doing the damn thing in society. And it's going to have great music and entertainment and ability to do things that you couldn't do if you're sitting at home in Florida, or if you're out in California, or if you're chilling in Chicago. That's fine. And all those places have their own element of fun or entertainment. But to come somewhere, to jump on a plane or jump in your car, drive some hours to get to the middle of nowhere, of somewhere, to converge with a whole bunch of other individuals who've done the same thing, you're expecting that this is going to be something outside of the norm, that you're going to just thoroughly enjoy. It's not about the money. At this point, it's about not a waste of your time. It's time well spent. And that's the secret, is that you have to be able to create experiences that people are going to feel were best use of their time. In 2014, made the decision to move the event into Canada, and that required people to have passports. But what happened was that it became really big for people, in other states to look at this and view this as an international event. And for them to want to fly into Toronto, fly into Detroit, drive into the resort, and it really took the event to another level with it being in Canada. Because now it's not just a ski trip, it's an international ski trip for people from all over the world. And that was the rationale for moving it into a different country, moving it into Canada. One, control who, what type of people were going to attend, and to make it more appealing as an international event. So with all the things that I've been able to participate in and accomplish, the big question is, what's next? So what's next for me, I'm going to continue to build on the things that I've created. You know, you build on success. You create toolkits of things going right, things going wrong, continuous improvement, and what things can be put into context to create the next big thing. So what's next is bigger and better, right? Bigger and better is subjective. So bigger meaning bigger level, better meaning bigger level and better what's on that bigger level. So you look at things that are iconic in our world, in our community, right? I think one of the most iconic events that's out there is the Essence Festival, right? Everyone knows Essence Festival. My goal is to become and to create an experience that is on everyone's calendar. They know when it's every year, and they make plans to be a part of it. Maybe not every single year, but they try to be able to attend it every single year. So I look to become a winter destination, a winter calendar activity that people are going to want to be a part of. And not just for it as being a party, but also a place that you can converge and have a lot of personal development, a place where people can learn how to become financially independent and successful, where you can meet and connect with other professional individuals so that we as people, as communities, can come together and increase what it is we're doing within our own environments and within our own people, and to push our agenda forward. So it moves from not just being a party to now being like a summit, to being a convention conference with entertainment, and also the ability to learn and progress and to take things onto a way bigger level. And so those are the things that I'm actively working on right now. That's like, 5-year plan of developing into it, because nothing happens overnight, it gets bigger, but that's what's next. Stay tuned, be here.
What is your name and where are you from? Hello, my name is Sam Hill. I'm the host of How I Came Up. How I Came Up is a platform for our entrepreneurs and professionals to share their successes and their struggles. And hopefully they'll give us some tips to success. Now let's get to it. This is how I